Hello, this is Tom No Wetner, the conversationalist. Welcome to all of you. I hope that you're having a great day. Like, subscribe, share, comment because I appreciate the comments, even the ones that tear me up. I think I learn from them the best. And then hit that little button that says call me every time he does something. The bell. I appreciate it. Well, we've got something interesting. We're going to start off with a video. We're going to see where this goes, and then we're going to open it up for conversation.
If Donald Trump gets in, all of this stuff comes to a screeching halt.
Right.
And this time it will be exposed because he knows what he's looking for now. If Donald Trump gets
Now, you can see where I'm going to go, right? Donald Trump came in as a businessman who decided that the government needed a businessman. Now, as smart as Donald Trump is, and all due to Donald Trump, I mean, the man, the myth, the legend, I mean, whether you like him, you dislike him, whether you think he cheats or he robs or he's a robber baron, I don't care. The guy's got the gift of gab. He has the wordsmith's knowledge of words. He has a comeback for everything, and he can be cool as an ice cube going through hell and turn the conversation back on the person that tried to put him up against the wall. This guy is a wordsmith. That's 1800 for a person that really knows how to speak. See, I taught you something. Something from the 1800s. Pretty good, huh? Now, can I say Donald Trump 0.20 or how should I say that the second Donald Trump? Come on, Josh. Don't lean on your hand. Tell me how to say the second version of Donald Trump.
47.
Oh Jesus. What? How unimaginative. You are somebody thumping with a marshmallow. Donald Trump, part two in the adventure of all people and all knowledge that don't know shit. We are the American people. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, we got to get somebody to record that because that's sad. Very sad. Anyway, Donald Trump now knows what to look for. Donald Trump was a businessman who wasn't a politician and didn't know how to operate within politics. He was way too out there for them and they just tore him apart. However, Donald Trump coming back is still a businessman at face value. But in the core of Donald Trump is he learned from his mistakes. That's why he was successful in business. Whoa! So all you people who pulled the rug up over his head and farted and said, "Isn't that a great ocean breeze?" are in for it. That man doesn't forget. That man has video on everything that he figured out over the last 4 years had really been a slap in the face rather than a pat on the ass, if you get my meaning, from the 1960s. So here comes Donald Trump. Third weekend in January in Washington, D.C. in 20-degree weather. Who plans this shit? Take it down to Florida, out to California, someplace where it's warm. You don't have to stand on these marble steps in a 40-mile-an-hour wind and a 20-degree weather. That's silly. Take it over to one of the football domes. Come on. This is 2020. You thought I was going to say 24, but I'm going to tell you it's going to be 25 when all this happens. For an old guy. So Donald's going to come in and he's going to be like, instead of a let's say, an axe, he's going to be like a scalpel. And if he believes that you, I don't want to say frogged over him, because then I'd have to put money in the trust jar. So let's just say somebody who wasn't quite honest with or forthright. I like those words. Forthright. Makes me think of Shakespeare. You wouldn't even know who Shakespeare was, but believe me, puts a good play on. Play is when the actors are on stages and they play their parts, and has nothing to do with recordings or videos or anything like that. So I know you don't know what I'm talking about, but that's another story, right? Guys, see, this is education and information in one podcast. I am so happy with myself. So think about, you got the guy who the Supreme Court says can't be held responsible because he is non-touchable in the world of government. Well, God bless him. Now, not only does he have the presidency, but he's got the Supreme Court telling them, everybody to back the hell off. Gonna fire that poor son of a bitch that, got those 34 convictions. Letitia James, you haven't heard from in nearly 3 months. Been out of the news cycle, even here in New York State. So guess what? When you have somebody like that, when you have somebody that is that dominant, that even Letitia James from the great state of New York, this person who barely got out of law school and now is the attorney general for the whole state of New York, I'd be in the bombshell too, because I imagine Trump's coming for you. Kathy Hochul. Do you know in New York State we come the closest in every election this year to getting a Republican majority? Now, yeah, of course, we were like 2 million off or something, which is ridiculous. But if you figure there's 8 million Democrats living in, New York City alone, how the hell could we compare with that? But we got close this time, closer than we've ever been, going from blue to red. I mean, Trump picked up a whole lot of votes north of New York City. Very proud of that. Even got my sticker that says I voted. And dun 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 dun. The continuing story. Will my daughter vote this year? And yes, I have to report that after a steak dinner that was very costly at a really nice steakhouse, my wife and I went over to vote, and lo and behold, she pulled in behind us, walked in with us, and voted. One for the fat old guy. One for the fat old guy. One for the fat old guy. Strikes again. See, I took the music from Rawhide and just put my own words to it. You like it? See, it's really cool. What's that got to do with Trump? As I maneuvered, manipulated, and kept a low profile, my daughter voted in the general election. Well, it cost me probably close to $100 for the steak dinner and hors d'oeuvres and wine bottles and margarita with a kicker. It was worth it. And just like with Trump, the ride is going to be bumpy and rough, but it's going to be worth it. So what are we talking about here? Mr. Trump coming in and doing what Trump does, only more efficiently and smarter. It's a little bit of scariness to me because I know this guy did a whole lot. And now he's coming in smarter and more surgical with more determination. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people right now throwing up a little in their mouths because they're all panicking. Yeah. The most important thing about this whole thing too is fits right in with my conspiracy to move America to a responsible Americans teaching responsible other Americans how to continue the republic and not the Democratic democracy that everybody would like to think we could live in. We pledge allegiance to the Republic of the United States of America. Look it up. You know, I'm tired. You know, you guys are writing me. Oh, but this article says we're a democracy, and this. Look it up. Stop sending me notes that are so stupid that I think my printer goes bang, and I don't even use the printer. And now I can read them online. How cool is that? Just bring them up, read them. I don't like them at Discord. It's even easier. Don't have to send them to the printer. Don't have to do anything. I can just get rid of it on the fly. 2 years ago, couldn't even turn this thing on. Now I have fat fingers Zoom. Still can't type. Playing with a couple of these voice recognition things. Trouble is with my vocabulary and the background, things don't come quite out as I planned them to. And I don't know where these extra words come from. I don't hear them, and I have hearing aids. But that's another story. So Trump's going in instead of hacking away with an axe, he's cutting with his surgeon's skills and getting rid of all these two-faced, two pieces of shit political hacks running around the White House and the executive branch. And then I think he's going to walk into Congress and say to Congress, Senate, and the congressional members, get your house in order. If you don't get your house in order, Daddy Trump's coming back. We're going to be asking a whole lot of questions. Well, you know, he already has a Supreme Court in his pocket, right? Guess what? Can't ask more than that. You understand that? If you got everybody on the run, who's the boss? And I'm talking about Danza. I'm talking about the guys with the most marbles at the end of the night. I'm talking about the guy who is sitting in the cockpit seat. That's a real old term because wherever the walk of the rooster went and sat, if you went and sat on the same spot, you could see the whole farm, you know, the chicken coops, the rabbit coops, the gardens, you know, the barn, that kind of stuff. So that was the cockpit seat. That's from the 1800s. See, once again, pearls of wisdom thrown among swine. Look at it. I went up. All right. So we got that out of the way, right? Mr. Trump's going to do what Mr. Trump does. And we're going to change. Come January 1st of 2025, we are going to take responsibility. 55 to 75, we are going to stand up and say, what we've done in the past is not good enough. And we are going to change. And in that change, we hope to change other people. Right? So like, subscribe, comment, share, push the ding-a-ling, support Aortic Hope, great organization that does good work. It's something important. I wish that there was a group for every illness. Every illness. I don't care if it's from a stubbed toe to an amputation. Everybody needs support outside the hospital. Not everybody gets this organized program of how to recover. And we deserve that. Sure, you saved our lives, but what did you save? And what do we do with it now? That's where Aortic Hope comes in. You sit down with a bunch of people who've been there, done that, and keep on going. So learn Aortic Hope. Give them some jingle. Support them by buying a t-shirt or something. But most of all, spread the word. Share it. Tell other people. St. Jude. Oh my gosh. What can I say about St. Jude? Great organization run by Danny Thomas, set up because he was successful in show business. His daughter Marlo Thomas ran it for the years after Danny left us, and now her daughter runs the organization. So it's in the Thomas family. Look up Danny Thomas. Great comedian, always had a cigar in his hand. My hero. Well, the commercial's over, so where do we go with this? Oh, we already did Trump taking care of all his back doors, right? And he's cleaned up or put notice onto the senators and the Congress people. And the Supreme Court is right there cheering them on like a bunch of Girl Scouts. So we don't have to worry about them. What do we have to worry about? The 6 corporations, Big Pharma, oil, China, Russia, all these people who want to influence everything. Some want to talk us to death, some want to turn off our electricity. See what I mean? Americans have to be getting together just like Mr. Trump and find out what the problems are and who are making the problem, and then tell them to stop making the problem. Politely. Now that we understand that you are doing this, false information on the internet, shutting down electrical stations, ransomware wearing corporations, we know it's you. You understand? And we're Americans, and Americans get crapped on enough times, they'll take you out. And without that understanding, as base as it is, frog around and you find out. Americans are tired of getting, at least I am, and a lot of my friends, 10 spam calls a day just because it's Medicare sign-up time. For 3 months, I get calls, 10 of them a day. And I have this real good calls filter on there, so most of them just go into the dead file. I'm lucky that way, but a lot of people have to deal with each and every one of these calls because they don't have any filters on their phone because they have cheap phones and never really learned to work them. So they're answering a lot of calls that basically, who cares? They're just an annoyance. And now the latest thing I see is there's somebody on the internet that sends you a text to you that your phone is infected and that you have to do this, this, and this immediately, or your phone will be disabled. Now, I learned real quickly that you just push those 3 buttons up the top and where it says block and discard, and just block and discard those people. Because it will throw the text away and it will block the number so they can't text you anymore. That's for us old people, 55 to 75, because we got to get our shit together on this internet stuff, because we're going to try to talk to people 30 and younger. And those people, they got computers built into their eyeballs from looking at a screen for so long. They've just been morphosized. I like that word too, morphosized. It means integrate. Never mind. Kind of like sex, but not all the fun. So the most important part of this conversation, I guess, is that we be ready for the change, and then we make the change happen. I very much enjoy having a conversation with people. In a few weeks, we'll start having guests in. Our first one is going to be Craig Richards, who is an avid hunter and takes care of animals. Make sure they're around. Can't get the words out anymore. Went for this speech analysis thing, and at the top of the page when they printed it out, it said it's ageism, not ageism, ages, reaction, and timing. It's basically said I was talking like a 73-year-old with my disjointed jaw and my arthritis and my slurring of words because, got dentures. You understand? They want to charge me $6,400 for this amazing analysis that I'm old. Yeah, okay. I was born yesterday, not just yesterday, but one of those yesterdays. All right. Once again, change starts with you. Start to change. Change yourself for a better person. You know what you need to improve on. And if not, ask your spouse. They'll tell you about 2 hours worth of what you need to improve. It's real simple. Or find your best friend. Say, listen, be honest with me. Worst thing you can say to a best friend. He'll tear your asshole out of your body. And then say to you, I hope I wasn't too harsh on you. All right. This is a little shorter than the videos I normally do, but I'll be honest with you, I'm just running out of gas. And we know old people get cranky when they run out of gas. So, like, subscribe, share, comment, push the button. Enjoy your life. God bless you all. I love you. It's important for me to know that you are primary in my life, and that person is not. Just whip them off like a fly. Take care. Tom the Wetner, the conversationalist. We're out.